This is the Q-Life Vela E8 electric dirt bike. It's an affordable e-moto that packs a punch for the price. Currently it's listed for $1,100. There's a link in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself. And I think that price point is pretty appealing because a Sur-Ron Lightbee is like $3,800. So you can get 3 of these for 1 of those, which is pretty incredible. But the question is, how good does this thing actually perform though? So starting off, this is a little bit more of a condensed size. It has 14-inch tires in the front and 12-inch tires in the back. I'm 5'10", I weigh 160 pounds, and it honestly fits me pretty comfortable, but I can tell that it's a smaller sized e-moto. It feels like maybe it's a better suited for a teen or someone a little bit smaller. I still think it's very comfortable to sit on, and I think part of that reason is because it has dual suspension. It has good front suspension forks up front, but then it also has a very cushiony rear suspension, and I feel like this thing feels great when I'm riding it off-roading in my trails. I've taken it over some small jumps, I've taken it on rough terrain, and this thing has been holding up good when it comes to the comfort and feel of it. The give is very smooth and it has a nice rebound to it. It doesn't feel clunky or bouncy, so it feels very natural when I'm riding this. Now obviously this isn't on par with like a full-size Sur-Ron or something, so if you do case a jump you're gonna feel it, but for the most part, for my kind of riding, this thing was comfortable. Also, when it comes to the riding experience, I feel like this e-moto has a lot of power. It has 4,000 watts of peak power, and you can choose to utilize all of it, or you can choose to use this a little bit more reserved because it comes with 3 different gears. So if you're a beginner, you don't have to worry, you don't have to get nervous. It's actually really easy and really friendly to start riding. I would put my nieces and nephews on this thing and they've never rode an e-moto before, and they were able to pick it up so quickly because in mode 1, you're not going to whiskey throttle out of it. It gives you the power very smoothly and it delivers it very naturally. So it's not too aggressive and you can learn and grow into it. But then once you get the hang of it, you can utilize all the power and ride it in gear 3, which is a lot faster. I think it has a top speed of 40 miles an hour, which is pretty quick for an e-moto. It does take a little bit of time to reach that, but once you do, you're definitely hauling. I would say for my trails and my setup, I don't really max out the top speed that often. I more have trails that are more technical and turning back and forth. So I don't necessarily ride it constantly at 40 miles an hour. I like to kind of ride it through my trails and off-roading and have fun with it more than that. But it has the power there, and it definitely is a little bit more punchy on the acceleration in gear 3. You can definitely feel it. And I feel like one thing that really assists with that power delivery is it has 230 Newton meters of torque. So in the low end, you can definitely feel it like picking up power and giving you good assistance. So it feels great riding this in the trails, honestly. They also advertise on their website that this e-moto has a top range of 60 miles on one charge, but I don't fully agree with that. I feel like my range was much less, maybe around 30 miles was more accurate for how I was riding. But again, I'm a little bit larger for this e-moto, so if you were a kid and you were riding it in the first gear, maybe you could get that top mileage. But for me, I would throw it on the charger much sooner than that. And I think one of the reasons for that is because I noticed when the battery level dropped and I had like 2 bars of power left on my display screen, I feel like the e-moto became a little bit more lethargic. So the times that it really felt the best was when I first pulled it off the charger and I would ride it for like the first 75% of the battery life. But then after that, yes, it had power and I could still go farther, but it felt so much more slow and reserved. So I would typically just throw it back on the charger after I was riding it and the batteries started to dwindle a little bit. So that's just my personal experience with it. To be able to turn this e-moto on, there's a key right here in front of you, and then it will turn on your display screen. It automatically will start this e-moto in park mode, so that way if you throttle it, nothing will happen. And to be able to unlock it, you just have to squeeze the brakes and then it's gonna unlock it. Now you're in gear 1, and now when you hit the gas, it's gonna, I say gas, it's all electric. Once you hit the throttle, it's going to give you that assistance. So very smooth, very easy to operate. The display screen will show you what gear you're in, how fast you're going, your odometer, and your battery life. Right next to that is all your control panel and dials right there. It has a light button because it comes with a front headlight and a rear tail light. And the nice thing about these lights is they also come included with blinkers and brake lights. So if you're riding out in public or on the roads, this will make you a little bit more visible, easy to see. That way people know you're coming. It also comes with a horn. It's just very nice to be able to signal people which way you're going. It just keeps you a lot safer. One small little detail is I wish this front plate was slightly lower because I'm not able to tilt the front headlight down farther. It's kind of locked in place. It will allow me to tip it up more, but since this plate is right beneath it, it kind of doesn't let me tilt it down. So sometimes when I was riding this at night, I felt like my front headlight was pointed up a little bit at like the trees rather than down lower at the road. I might be able to fix it with just like adjusting it and maybe cranking it down a little bit. But as of now, how it's shipped, it's just slightly angled up. The handlebar layout and the grips feel really nice, and this comes with hydraulic brakes, and they stop this E-moto very smoothly. Safety isn't something that I was concerned about. I was able to brake very adequately with this thing, and then I was able to rip on the throttle right afterwards. So you can definitely feel very in control when you're riding this when it comes to braking and then accelerating off of that. And honestly, I feel like the tires had pretty good tread on them as well. I was able to get good traction and grip when I was riding, and then I was able to slide through some corners on loose dirt, but this thing was a lot of fun to ride. I feel like overall, if you've never ridden an E-moto like this, you would have so much fun jumping on this thing. They are just so easy to manage. It's not bulky, it's not big, it's not a over cumbersome dirt bike. This thing is nimble, it's small, obviously because I'm a little bit bigger, but if you have a teen that wants to ride this thing, I think they're gonna absolutely love it. And if you're an adult like I am, I still love this thing. It actually has a max weight capacity of 265 pounds, so it actually holds quite a lot of weight. And so if you have a little bit larger person that wants to ride this thing, I think they would be good to go on it. The seat is also very squishy in my opinion. It gets a little bit slender near the rear of the E-moto, but through the bulk of it, it felt nice and comfortable to sit on. And then to be able to remove your seat, there's a little twist knob right here in the back. It comes with a little chain on it so you don't lose it, and then it just pops right up, and the battery is very easily accessible right there. And I love that because sometimes in the winter here, I live in Michigan, it gets very cold. I like to take my battery inside the house and keep it in a climate controlled environment, and so it's just very easy to take this battery in and out because it's located right here underneath the seat. This E-moto comes with a nice large front fender and a nice little tail fender right here. I feel like I was able to keep this E-moto clean because of that. When I was riding in the mud and the dirt, I feel like most of it got captured by this, and it really didn't get the rest of the E-moto that dirty. This E-moto takes around 7 hours to fully charge it, but like I said before, I never let the battery fully die because it felt way more peppy when you kept some battery in it. So for me, it was much quicker to charge this thing, so I would go out and ride for an hour, come back, throw it on the charger, and then it would go ride a little bit later and it would still have plenty of juice and power, and it didn't take the full 7 hours because I was periodically charging it in between all my riding sessions. So to me, this felt great. I was able to ride in the morning, go get lunch, ride in the afternoon, eat dinner, and then go ride at nighttime. And I feel like as long as I kept putting it back on the charger, this thing was fine to ride all day. When it comes to the frame build and the overall design of it, I feel like it's pretty awesome. I love these orange accents that it gives you, even on the rims there. I feel like it looks sleek, it looks stealthy, and it looks like an awesome little E-moto. Overall, I feel like this is a pretty solid E-moto. If you have a teen that's interested in getting one, or if you want to get one for yourself, I think this thing is pretty solid for the price point. It packs a punch, like I said. It gives you all the performance and the power you need, but you can choose to ride it more friendly in a beginner mode because it gives you those 3 different gear choices. And even the middle mode is somewhere in between where it's just like casual riding and it has a good feel to it. So I feel like this thing is like the perfect little E-moto to get right now. It's honestly a lot of fun, and I really like the suspension on this. It feels very smooth, very natural. I haven't had this thing for a long extended period of time, so I don't know the long-term durability of it. But for right now, when I've been riding this through my trails and property, I've been having a blast with it. So if you're interested in it, again, I'll put a link in the description below for you to check it out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on another one.